Hey, good to see you. Tumbleweed here. Good guy with the black hat. Well, welcome to Tumbleweed Talks. I invite you to partake in my musings. We talk about meaning of life, God relationships, and how we rise above the things that impact our lives. So, this is the third in a series that we're doing on faith and business. Today, we're going to talk about developing servant leaders. Now, in Proverbs 9:9, we learn, instruct a wise man, and he will be wiser still. Teach a righteous man, and he will learn more. In 1854, a fellow named Henry David Thoreau noted, through want of enterprise and faith, men are where they are, buying and selling and spending their lives like serfs. Wow, those are powerful thoughts. A wise man might find an isolated place to recharge in solitude and give some serious thought and prayer to what is being said in Proverbs and by Thoreau. We may intuitively understand why servant leadership is a good thing. In an interview with Jim Collins in the October 2013 issue of Inc. magazine, he related that as a result of his extensive research coupled with a real-life experience conducting leadership seminars at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, that success, growth, and service were key to leadership. He found that to build a culture of engaged leaders, you need to spend time in service to a cause or purpose that you're passionately dedicated to and willing to suffer and sacrifice for. You need to maintain an environment of huge, even audacious challenges to push people hard and cause growth. And you need to strive for communal success that reinforces the idea that we succeed only by helping each other. Expanding on Collins a bit further, I found that there are clear benefits of servant leadership to the enterprise, including being able to manage ambiguity and risk, to be value-driven, to create cohesiveness among groups, to strengthen customer relations, to develop high senses of personal significance or meaning, engendering accountability and responsibility, and perhaps most importantly, creating a strong level of loyalty. Developing leaders in a narcissistic culture is daunting for sure. The idea of self-loving, all-about-me servant is paradoxical by any measure. After all, leaders tend to be bred from followers, as you must learn to follow and serve before you can truly hope to lead. Thus, to develop leaders, it needs to be created, whereby opportunities to follow and lead are available. The idea of servant leadership really must be embedded in the company vision, mission, and, importantly, core values. And this embedding needs to be driven by the top of the organization. To become a proficient leader entails practice with support groups and mentors to fine-tune your leadership skills. Importantly, there needs to be feedback and ongoing coaching. This is the stuff from which leaders are made. No one gets a free pass to leadership. Note Christ's lament in Luke 12:19. He says, I came to send fire on earth, and how I wish I was already kindled. Wow, those were certainly inspiring words from a man driven to do his Father's bidding. Inspiration is often about lighting a fire, but it must be a controlled substance. That is, you must be cognizant of what's going on and be able to sustain the fire of the human spirit. In the emerging field of neuroscience, we are learning about what happens to the brain when people interact. Researchers have discovered that great leaders exhibit behavior that powerfully leverages a sort of brain interconnectedness among the people they lead. Great leaders master the contextual environment in which they lead, sort of reinforcing the brain circuitry in a controlled energy. I suggest that it's fair to say that Christ mastered those interconnections within neuroscience 2,000 years before any researcher dreamed of the concept. Inspiration is a key component of leadership, but it needs to be in the important context of knowledge of what's happening. To effectively inspire, we must understand the sort of common currency that characterizes the organization, such as understanding products, markets, and economies, knowledge of the organization's people. and the synergy of common purpose and set of values that bring it all together. Only when the fundamental and comprehensive knowledge of all facets of the enterprise are in place can a leader ever hope to truly inspire the organization to achieve greater purposes. The leader, then, I contend, must be armed with the business and social intelligence absolutely essential to exert an influential, enduring, inspirational force over the organization. This force is made all the more powerful by invoking values of humility, competence, and confidence that help make the corporate vision come alive in a sustained manner. Just as Jesus Christ kindled a fire on earth 2,000 years ago and continues to kindle it to this day, the leader is the architect of an exciting, enduring future for the organization. If you're not having the influence over your organization that you think you should have, take a turn inward and prayerfully examine whether it is about you or is it about them. Are you truly the servant leader steeped in knowledge of your enterprise and thinking of how to inspire them for a greater good? Just saying.